Hey, welcome to the Birdcraft Technology. We're encompassing, advocating, and promoting aviation. Mainly we're talking to you about aircraft maintenance because we see a huge shortage in aircraft maintenance personnel. However, being that we have the network and we are closely aligned with other professions within the aviation industry, we've thought to bring to you guys insight when it comes to being a pilot, when it comes to being a DME or a DPE, and we're going to begin to discuss what these things mean. We're going to be hearing from professionals, and we're going to hear their advice or guidance as to what they would or would not do differently and why. So we're going to start off the interview series with a professional helicopter pilot. You guys leave your comments below, leave your questions below, and you let me know what other aviation professionals you would like to hear from. Today we have with us Garrett. He's a professional helicopter pilot. He has many FAA ratings. Garrett, how many ratings do you have?
Helicopter, private commercial, instrument, CFI, double I, fixed wing, private, instrument, and commercial still pending. And then my AMP, and actually me and him both are about to take our IA test tomorrow. 29, and this is going to show you kind of the path that I went to gain the experience to get to where I've gotten to thus far.
What made you want to become a helicopter pilot?
When I was a kid, it was one of those that everybody kind of always has little conversations about what they want to, what superpower they want to have. I would always pick. I'd always choose for the most part. 99% of the time I can remember. I'd always say I could fly, something I always really wanted to do. Never really realized it was going to be an option. Favorite movies when I was a child, like a little kid, I remember watching The Rocketeer just like all the time. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
How did the option become available to be a helicopter pilot?
I joined the Marine Corps, and when I was getting out, they actually sent people from the flight school I ended up going to our transition classes that were supposed to prepare us for going back in the civilian world. You can use the GI Bill you earned from being active duty in the military to go towards a college program to get a degree, and the labs for that program was professional aviation licenses, FAA licenses to become pilots. So you get a degree from a university and become a pilot at the same time, and that sounded just like a fantastic idea. So
when you went into the military, did you think about how the GI Bill would be available to you afterwards?
Honestly, when I first went in, I didn't really think too much about it because I knew it was going to be a good thing to have, but I, like everybody else, thought I was going to be able to make a career out of the military. Right. So I heard about a lot of people that got out and didn't use it, and it always confused me to have something like that because it's literally, you can go and learn to do almost anything and they'll pay for it.
That's right.
Including being a pilot. I mean, when I was in, I was a helicopter mechanic. Crew chief, so I flew with the aircraft, so I knew enough about flying and everything to know that I enjoyed it and I liked it, and that I didn't really want to give it up if I didn't have to. Again, not realizing that it was actually going to be an option, so I went and got my MP license before I got out because I was going to stay around aviation and hopefully figure out something from there, but then it turned out that I could just go straight to flight school, which is what I did. So when I went to the flight school, I ended up with a good job as a mechanic for the flight school and got to work on the aircraft that I was flying on, which allowed me to learn a lot more information about the aircraft I was flying, which ended up benefiting me a lot. The program I went into was one of the largest in the nation, actually ended up being the largest one in the nation for quite a while. They had a good reputation. They worked really well with veterans. They worked really well with the school that they were involved with. 4-year university definitely, in my experience, has been the way to go for getting your flight training. You do have to go to school at the same time, but it doesn't do anything but make flight school not easier, but more efficient in that you don't have to study this stuff on your own. You have classes that you go to that are aviation classes to get taught things by people who already know it. They can explain it to you, and then the labs for the class are being taught how to fly.
How long did it take you to get your ratings? Walk us through how long it took you to get each rating.
So I went all the way from private through CFII, which is instrument instructor in helicopters. Private took a total of about, I want to say 80 or 90 hours, which was about a semester and a half, because I started in the summer.
Right.
So the summer was a half semester, but I started flying in the summer. So I did 3 months, 2.5 months of school in the summer, and then started in the fall. And then by the end of the fall, I finished my private rating. And then the next semester, I did commercial. Commercial for helicopters. That program split up into 2 different labs, 55 hours apiece. And what ended up happening was I finished really early in the semester and then politely asked them to put me in the second lab, and when they kind of declined that, I presented them with the information that I finished it in less time than I had left in the semester. So I had more than half the semester to finish the same amount of flying that I had already done, and they kind of decided that, yeah, that was probably something I'd be able to do. So I finished commercial in one semester, which was supposed to be two, but I finished it in one. And that was mostly because I was willing to get up early and stay out late. I don't mean like I got up at like 7 and then I came, whatever. I was getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go fly, and flying until the sun came up, and then I would sleep or do whatever I had to do during the day, and then I would come back and we would go out from like 7 o'clock at night until 1 o'clock in the morning. I did my time, and that got me and 2 other guys actually finished in one semester because everybody else didn't want to get up or stay up.
This guy believes that being a helicopter pilot is a lifestyle and not a job.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that interview with Garrett. Garrett's a very skilled helicopter pilot. Garrett's definitely one to think about what he wants and then to go after. Furthermore, as you heard, he's a serviceman. So Garrett, we appreciate your service. And all the servicemen out there, we really appreciate your service. And hopefully we're able to bring to you guys more interviews in the future. And with that being said, keep it safe and continue to pursue being a master of your skill.